Darius Locke was writhing in unbearable agony. The chains wrapped around his body glowed red-hot, searing his flesh, and the pungent stench of burning human skin filled the air. "Help me! Someone please help me! These scorching chains are digging into my body. They will tear me apart. Save me! Save me!" Darius Locke screamed in anguish, his voice hoarse from pain, but Magalo and Chogi stood silently by his side, watching him suffer without a trace of sympathy. "Save me! I will be burned alive." "Help me!" Darius Locke cried again, his voice rising in sheer desperation upon seeing their unyielding silence. "Then say it. Swear that you will become the servant of the Dark Queen and obey her every command," Chogi said in a cold, piercing tone. "Free me from this torment first, and then I will answer you," Darius Locke gasped. "No, you must swear your loyalty first. Only then will you be freed from this suffering," Magalo snarled. "Help! I can't endure this any longer. I will die." Darius Locke shrieked. "Oh no! If he dies, the Dark Queen will destroy us. We must save him," Chogi exclaimed in panic. "But," Magalo hesitated, "we have other ways to break him." "Cool the chains now," Chogi ordered, his voice filled with urgency. A shadow stepped forward and touched the fiery chains wrapped around Darius Locke's body. The moment the shadow made contact, the blazing red chains began to cool, turning black. As they lost their heat, Darius Locke felt the burning pain recede from his body. His screams faded into groans, and soon when the chains had completely cooled, he felt as if nothing had happened, as if his flesh had never been scorched at all. This, what was this? Did you use magic to heat these chains? Is that why, when they cooled, my pain disappeared?" Darius Locke asked, bewildered. "Yes. Every torment we inflict upon you is fueled by magic. We can cast any spell to make you suffer, but the moment our magic is lifted, you will feel nothing, as if you were never harmed in the first place. Yet the horrors we put you through will be real." "Terrifyingly real," Magalo growled. "You're torturing me without reason. Just take me to your Dark Queen. Let me speak to her myself." "Why does she want me as her servant?" Darius Locke demanded. "No, the Dark Queen has ordered us not to release you until you swear allegiance to her. Until you vow to obey her every command, we will continue to torment you," Chogi declared. "So you will keep torturing me?" Darius Locke asked, licking his dry lips. "Yes, and this will continue until you submit," Magalo affirmed. "And now, what will you do to me?" Darius Locke asked, his voice steady despite the dread creeping into his heart. "Now, the walls of this grave will close in on you. You will be crushed between them until even your bones are reduced to dust." Magalo sneered, his laughter dripping with malice. Before Darius Locke could respond, the two shadowy figures vanished. "Hey, where did you both go?" Darius Locke called out, panic rising in his voice as he watched them disappear. "Do not worry, we are still here. The walls of the grave have begun to move, and we stepped aside so that they crush only you." Chogi's voice echoed in the darkness. Darius Locke's eyes darted wildly as he turned to look at the walls, his heart nearly stopped at what he saw. The grave's walls were shifting, creeping closer with each passing second. "No! Stop them! Stop the walls! I will be crushed! Stop them!" Darius Locke screamed in terror. "Only you can stop them, Darius Locke. Say it. Swear that you will serve the Dark Queen and follow her every command, and the walls will halt. We will even free you from this grave," Chogi coaxed. "No, I cannot make such a promise. If I do, I will be bound to your wicked queen forever. I will have to obey her every command. I refuse. I will never be anyone's servant." "Never!" Darius Locke shouted defiantly. "Then suffer." Magalo and Chogi snarled in unison. The walls continued their relentless advance. Within moments, they pressed against Darius Locke's shoulders, and a sickening dread filled his chest. He could feel them squeezing him, the pressure intensifying with every second. "Stop! I will die. My bones will be crushed to dust. This is unbearable. Stop! I beg you." Darius Locke howled, but this time Magalo and Chogi did not respond. The silence was even more terrifying than their words. The walls pressed tighter, and Darius Locke felt his ribs straining under the pressure. He tried to twist and turn to find some way to escape, but there was nowhere to go. The chains still held him captive, and the grave was mercilessly closing in. Fear and pain twisted his face as he struggled, but his efforts were futile. The walls did not stop. Then, with a gruesome crack, the first bone shattered. Darius Locke let out a blood-curdling scream. Every time a bone snapped, another scream tore from his throat. He wanted to thrash, to writhe in agony, but he was trapped, bound in chains and crushed between the unyielding stone walls. The torment was unimaginable. His breath came in ragged gasps, his lungs unable to expand fully. Scream, scream louder. When your bones break one by one and turn to dust, your cries will become even more horrific, even more unbearable. Magalo's cruel voice rang in his ears. Stop, for God's sake, stop this. Darius Locke shrieked, his voice hoarse from agony. No, not until you make your promise, Chogi declared. Then Darius Locke heard it. Another sickening crack. His mind reeled as darkness crept into his vision. The pain was too much, beyond anything he had ever endured. His head felt heavy, his body weakening with every passing second. The crushing force was relentless. He could feel his breath slipping away. And then, darkness. His mind gave way to oblivion, and his body fell limp, motionless in the tightening embrace of the grave.